And I'm going to eat, so I'm going to turn off my video. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay. So what I was going to say is that we still don't have the Zoom because we need to wait for, everyone to pay their invoices and see how much cash we have left after onboarding MicroProfile into the Eclipse projects. But as soon as we get that, we're going to have a Zoom account that will help us have, more distribution on this call and all the other specs or extensions. But I wonder if it's a good idea for us to put this call in the same level as the community call on taking a photo. We already shared the videos, thanks to John. Take a photo, tweet, file a ticket where we have a description of the call is happening just to, the day of and the Friday before, just like we do for the community call. Because John is right, now that we are stabilizing and soon we're going to have MP4, we need to bring, we have a few contributors, but they are specific by tasks, by issues. And I think we need to gather more members that want to participate, like Emerson, like Edwin, like South Java. We have many members, but they have no idea what's happening because for 10, 11 months, almost a year, we have been so busy with getting the working group created that everything else took a backseat. So how do we feel about this?
Well, there are nothing against that. So for sure we can make it available for a larger audience, but everything will depend, I think, based on the topics that we are going to discuss.
Correct. And the topics go in the ticket. If there is no ticket, there is nothing to discuss. And I didn't want to create a ticket for this because that is a discussion that we always have in Q4 to see what do we do differently or what do we improve, right? So this is a Q4 the conversation. Always, what do we do? And the past is like, no, let's just go with the flow. I'm always into, why shouldn't we be sharing it? I think it's wonderful that you're reminded by a tweet 1 hour before and you just join and invest 1 hour and see if you could help, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because yeah. And you look wonderful, Tatiana. I love it.
Thank you.
All the colors.
I forgot to switch on the video, but that was just like.
Okay. So Ryan, do you mind sharing, or Tatiana, do you mind sharing the minutes? I can do it. I have it open, but I think there is much to show. There is 2 things to show. We got feedback on a ticket from Oracle Dukes, and we have not checked it because there had been no bandwidth or prioritization on that update. So maybe, Ryan, do you want to own that?
No, because I'll have to drop off. I wanted to just kind of get here for talking about and going over the working group page. And
Let me share it then.
If we can do that first,
then absolutely.
I will have to go.
No, absolutely.
Do some family stuff.
I love to hear that. Okay, so here we are. And Tatiana, let me.
Oh yeah, I will add myself.
Oh yeah, I was going to share the agenda items, but if you have it, that's wonderful. Okay, so today is October 26th. This is the MicroProfile Hangout 9 minutes later. We always go through the tickets and the repo and the marketing repo. If the tasks do not make it into the repo, there is nothing to talk about. If you are a MicroProfile and you have different ideas of what to improve on the communication side of MicroProfile, you are most welcome in this call. This is for everyone since the call is recorded and it will be pushed and via Twitter. And let's go in. Work in progress. Ryan, do you want me to click here?
Sure. So this was the ticket for creating a working group page. I started kind of trying to put something together, but kept running into the issue where I think getting a group feedback on what content should definitely be there, how we want to structure it, and at least maybe a stage 1, and improve it from there. Amelia put down some really great list of information or content we should have there and separate it in categories. The only issue I'm coming with, well, just get everyone else's feedback on it, and the structuring of it. Is this how we want to do it? You know, it's pretty much just lots of links. And do we have any more like descriptions or anything we really want to just have on the page instead of linking to separate pages everywhere?
Ryan, do you want me to stop sharing so you can share? I just shared today the access. Everyone has access to the password.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll share just the rough page I made for it so far.
Yeah.
Let me just go here. Do you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's the description, just the title. The 5, would we say members? What's the title?
Members.
Members. I believe they're all linked. Then there was just the 5 quotes from each member, each company, and that automatically kind of just goes every, I think, 15 seconds or 20 seconds.
I apologize for interrupting. If you go back up to the logos, those are the approved logos from A Jug and Gelastic.
Well, these are their logos, just white. So I have to check with them. I think I found that this is how they represent them in white.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to double check on that, because some organizations are very particular.
Before it goes live.
Right. Thank you.
This is just like a mock-up, and John, you are correct. We do need to get the logo submitted via a Git issue, but to start with that, you know, that can be corrected later. It's just we didn't want any delays.
Right.
My feedback to Ryan is to get something so that we can discuss it in this call in you know, tomorrow, and then move forward.
Yeah, that's no longer the correct Red Hat logo. Red Hat has the logo with just the hat without Shadow Man. So I'll see if I can find that.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
From Gelastic, this one is correct, so no problems with that.
Okay. Tatiana, can you submit a ticket and say, you know, because John is here, you're here, just do that. And then we will contact via the public forum in the marketing side of things, marketing forum, you know, Kevin and Emily and Andy and Vince and Summers, and ask them to submit, you know, because we have a drive for this and the logos.
Yeah, it'd be great to have your, or just even a link to your brandings. So if you do have it, where I can download the official logos for future purposes.
Yeah, we will send. I will send. We can. You know, Ryan, I will own that task. I will send it via the forum, marketing forum, and I will add everyone that is assigned as in the working group to submit the tickets via the tickets and via the drive. Everyone can drop it like we do for the original, the other page logos, right? Like we have everything like dropped by the person, and it's super cool. Go ahead, Ryan.
So like I said, this is just some quotes from the beginning. And then I figured out this is kind of way, if we're doing a lot of links, it might be an easy way to represent each section. Because if we try to do a card system, you know, like a text and picture, and some of these, it's not the easiest to come up with a interesting picture for it. And it makes it a little bit more scalable when the link list grows. It's not my favorite, I would say my favorite way to lay out a page, but I think with what we have so far, it does work. And it also works just fine with mobile. You know, it just goes like here and you click one of them and it changes. So, but more than happy to try other layouts. This is just the way I wanted to represent. The other way was something more like this. This is just an example below where you know, there's each little square or section and links. But then it would be, you know, I guess like,
yeah, I think that when we have the lists, it's better to use the first version that you've shown just now.
Yeah, I think it's organized
like listed more organized. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a quick, clean way to keep these sections and people see it, and still be functional on mobile.
Ryan, I love it. John, do you have feedback? Because ideally, tomorrow we have the community call. We can show it there or shoot it to the forum, not the marketing forum, but the entire forum for feedback. And this time we need to execute, just move forward, because we cannot perfect it and waste our time another month. There's no need. We push it forward and then we continue to adjust it as we use it. John, what is your thought on this?
I'm guilty as charged. While I was looking up the logo link, I missed it. But I pasted the logo link stuff, the Red Hat updated stuff into the chat, Brian.
Okay, thank you.
So, but I do like the boxes on the left.
Okay. So now we just need to work on getting the content for each section a little bit more cleaned up. I just copied and pasted pretty much what was in the ticket just to have something.
How do you want us to deliver that? We can write it in the same tickets, just go legal, and then just like one sentence to describe the explain what this is about, and then move forward. Or do you want different tickets for each tab?
No, we can do it just in one, just each comment, put legal bigger, and that's the legal section, and just maybe even honestly a doc would be better to connect to it, because you can make comments.
What do you mean a doc? What do you mean a doc? Did I hear you?
Doc, like a
Google document.
Oh.
So that we can like edit it and actually people can comment on it a little bit more.
Oh, that is fantastic. You're talking about a skeleton that explains the basis, just like I added everything after a month and a half ago when we talk about what to go here, and we did it by layers, right? Yeah. So layers, and you're saying create a document in the drive that says these are the parts and everyone has access to it and we can adjust it there. That sounds great.
And that way, before we present it, I'll look it over, there's comments done, it's changed, and the final text is there by the end of the discussion, it should be. That's the goal.
Plus one, less messy, one link, and instead of adding a bunch of stuff that is not going to be traceable. So what do we think on this? Everything that is traceable in simplifying is a plus one for me.
Sure. Okay, but if we make a doc and I'll just copy paste what we have for each thing in the ticket already for each section, and then kind of from there people can just type what they think should be there, and we just slowly clean it up and then put it back onto the page.
Sounds wonderful. Who wants to lead that?
I mean, I'm not a content guy, but I can at least make the document and everything.
Okay, like I will help you on that. How about I create a document in the layers, and then I do the draft and saying like just one sentence, and then I will send it to the marketing forum and add every single member that has been assigned, or at least Tatiana and John that are in this group. And when we show it, we can bring attention to it, right? Like,
that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay.
From there, once we get the kind of more polished content, it's easy, copy, paste, create some links, and then it's good to go.
Yeah, and I have a question. Because this is going to be manually updated, for the moment, we cannot yet send PRs to do the review and help adjust the page. But do you think that this is something that we could, in the future, I'm thinking future, like we are going to make the projects page and the contributors page to be Git friendly. Do you think this is something that could be scalable like that? Or do you think that we could own it also?
I mean, I don't think it's going to be too much overhead to just update some links or add some links from time to time.
My concern is,
I think we can just make it through like a Git or whatnot that just updates it every time it's updated. So
yeah, perfect. Because my concern is that even though we will have only 4 MicroProfile committee calls, they need to be imported 4 times a year, and submitted in via PR to me seems amazing because it gets the review, it gets processed and updated and in the part that says, where do we have the minutes and what section? Is it knowledge? Can you click knowledge? I think it's knowledge where we put the minutes.
Q&A answers, yeah, drive.
Yeah, we will add the PDF because the minutes are frozen after approval. So this one,
I mean,
here,
I think if anything, you just, this wouldn't update, you would just put a link for meetings and then it would take you to the doc that will have all the lists of the meetings. So you don't have to constantly update the website. The link is just kind of taking you to where it's always updated.
Look, you know, wow, yeah.
So there won't be any updating really with that if the link doesn't change.
Of course, like whatever that requires less maintenance is what I'm thinking about.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's I don't think there's a bunch of overhead. I'm sure this page will over time will change quite a bit. So I expect to, you know, most likely we'll redesign it or relay it out a different way as the content grows. But you got to start somewhere. So.
Yes. And Ryan, can you show us the resources branding page? Because at the beginning, there you go. Let's remind us how Ryan we put this together from the other ticket from Jorge Andres. There you go. So do you see the logos in the upper area? There is this tab, logos, colored fonts, that works. This clearly is not unlimited, so that once the page runs out of space, there is no more space. But for resources, it's very limited. We need to hear the presentation for the speakers, but other than that, there are maybe another things missing, but it's very easy to consume. The difference between, Ryan noticed that the difference between this page and the working group page is that there are so many other items. We have grouped them together from a discussion a month and a half ago, and that has helped us, you know, create a way to consume it. So, you know, this one is each card. I do not know how you call it, but this one has layers. The other one couldn't be this way because it has so many items.
Yeah, and just content lays out a bit strange. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why I chose the little tabs, the colorful tabs.
Yeah, they look really, I don't know, it seems to me pretty good decision not to go with the separate blocks, because there is not so much information there, and also there is no image that can be put there, so it's reasonable.
Yeah, so this is why we, you know, it's nice for us to understand Ryan's thought. He's using previous work. And then one of the things that concerns me when I see this, the only thing is that hopefully MicroProfile gains more members. We have MicroProfile working group has 3 memberships. It has the orgs, the committers, and the guests. And Ryan, can you go on the tab and show us the logos? My concern here is that this is not scalable. I like where the logos are at the moment, but if we have, hopefully in a year or two, 20, 30, 50 members. Can you imagine that? That would be amazing. That will not be possible.
Well, then this will be just separate block, same as right now Word with the quotations. There can be added one more block like committers.
Exactly.
And
do you see that?
I don't think that's a big problem.
Yeah, exactly. So what I want us to keep in mind is that we cannot be attached to this, even though it looks amazing, because when I see word on the streets about MicroProfile, which I think is an awesome slogan, so simple as super MicroProfile, we can add hundreds of blogs, quotes from committers, because there are members, and from guests. And I created a document for the Jakarta site so that anyone that is a member can start submitting their quotes. And I will duplicate that to here, because I noticed that last week when I sent a reminder to say to everyone, please, if you're a committer or an org, we have currently 5 quotes because they are required for the prospectus, but we need more quotes. It didn't reach the committers because it's not explained in the document, doesn't exist. Since sadly I didn't add it here, but I can send it to the forum or I can show it. Like, what do you feel about it? I can show it now.
I already saw your post to the forum. I actually wrote one up. I just haven't posted it yet because I'm wordsmithing it.
Cool.
So, I mean, I saw it and I saw, you know, stuff there, and I'm trying to take it from, you know, from a, I guess, a non-corporate angle, exactly. Which is kind of where the other ones are, and more as a contributor level.
Exactly, John. You get the importance, right? We need one from Tatiana. We need one from Edwin. We need one from, we have 50, MicroProfile has 56 members. About 40 are very active. And if everyone, the volunteers, submits a quote. It looks amazing. So that is what we need.
I mean, if we want to show that, we don't have to show it on this page. We can just make a testimonial actual page.
I think it needs to be in this one, Ryan. It needs to be in this one because it's part of the working group. And there is, we don't want these to be.
Then I would stick it at the bottom where they would just be, you know, maybe 2 rows. They're kind of moving, but, you know, to have 50 quotes cruising around, that'll be interesting.
Well, I mean, it's a good problem to have that we don't have yet, though.
Exactly.
And so I don't know how much pre-optimizing I would do.
I don't think that we are going to have like 50 active people.
That would be amazing, but you're right, Tatiana. You're so right. But you're so right. But I think we are lucky. It's likely that we will have 20 easily.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
then it seems to me reasonable to move it like lower under these blocks with information, and it's okay, like testimonial block within this page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I want to make sure is that we don't prioritize orgs. They need to be in the same space because the prospectus exists for a reason, and that's it. But where currently the quotes are, either we put them down and it's fine and we move forward, or we leave it like it is. And, you know, because I think we can gain at least 20 quotes if we do our work. Okay, so the document exists. I'm going to submit it because it's a copy paste from another project and move forward. And let's see what happens. So then, Ryan, this is a good problem to have because currently it's super easy to consume the 5 quotes. But then when we have 20, do they rotate like instead of looking for them?
I mean, we can solve that when the time comes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if there's 10 of them, it'll be a different solution than 20. If it's 7, you keep it the same. So, well, let's tackle that when we got them all.
Mm-hmm.
And then
but it's super. Yeah, I think it's a really cool thing to have.
No, I agree.
Let me go back and share. Ryan, if you need to go, you know, if anyone has questions for Ryan, this is your time.
Yeah, if there's any questions or any other topics on here I should be around for.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me share this stuff. Yeah, but what do we think about the draft? From the issue, it was created and it's shown today.
I thought it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a draft, like, you know, for me, it's always been like the phrase is word on the street, not the word on the streets plural.
Unless it's a hip hop song.
Unless it's, is it really? Seriously? I have no idea. Man, I am out of, see, I culturally ignorant here, sorry.
Don't even ask me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I need to learn more fun. So what is the corrected? If there is something to correct.
I mean, I can change it if
nah, I'm not, you know, I'm old school.
If you want to go against Tupac, you can go against Tupac, you know?
That's not no in my book. Let's protect, you know, these
okay, I'm not going to say it. We're being recorded. I'll hold my tongue.
Yep.
So if there's anything else anyone needs from me, if not, I will disappear. I had my son was born on Thursday, so I'm gonna go.
Oh my God!
He needs to go. He needs to go. He shouldn't even be here, and he chose to come. I have no idea what's happening with you, Ryan. Please protect your time, protect your family. Go and enjoy that.
It won't be long before you're making soccer trips. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen fast.
My brother's got 3 daughters that are all playing soccer now.
Yeah,
that's all.
I understand.
So go enjoy yourself, and please protect your time. I always said this, like protect the time. Bye, Ryan.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Like, he's so amazing. He's like, oh, okay. So we show the branding page. And I think for the branding page, because it has been a month's project, one of the things we're missing is a presentation for speakers to use a branding presentation. We have so many of them. I think we need to choose 2 or 3 and move forward. Just link them because they are in the drive and just move forward because MicroProfile has so many speakers and they have all different styles. So, or maybe we choose one. So that is for another time. Because
sorry, I just want to make sure I understand that point you're making. So you're saying we have lots of branding presentations, or we have lots of presentations that use different branding?
Yeah, we have different speakers who have created their own presentations for MicroProfile with logo and all this stuff. And some of them are compatible with the colors. What we can do is do an interview, not an interview, but an inventory of them and see which ones we add to the page, right? Because they were already created. And Ryan can quickly create something. He created something for Jakarta 1 that can be used by all the speakers and all the events, because that project didn't have one. That's different here because we have been here for 4 years and we have helped create a few, but then speakers have done so too. And I believe in tracing their work instead of creating something new. We can always create something new, but there's no need. So this is for later because that is the one item missing from the brand page. Okay. So Jorge is not here and he's super happy with what it is, the branding new page. He's like, it's amazing. So let's talk about that another time. So now let's go into the budget. Everyone has seen it. Do we have questions about this, about the budget?
No, not really. And last time we even raised the question about this trademark stuff, and it seems to me that ticket is already closed.
No,
it's not closed like physically, but the question is closed, it seems, because it's already like.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I went to the ticket, right? Okay, so let me see this. So Ed replied, and this was over a month ago, September 1st. Clearly we didn't have the bandwidth to go and connect with him. He said that we need to change it. This ticket is not closed. He said that this is the new logo. And if we remember, Vince he has the trademarks for what we currently have, something similar. So either we adjust it to this or we use Vince's trademark because it doesn't violate the Oracle trademarks. And this is for the main page, right? So we have, let me go here. We have this Duke's Choice Award, right? And it shows this, the coffee cup in Java. Ed is telling us that we cannot use this part, the part in white. That we need to remove it. And then Vince has the cap that can be used. So I say, do we need to consider, do we drop the Java and use Vince cap, or do we just cut it in 2018 and leave it as it is? It's just, this page has 4 levels. The logo has 4 levels. The first one, then the Duke's Award, then the year, and then the Java, 4 levels. So what do we think?
And do you think, I wasn't sure that he was writing that you cannot use this kind of logo there. Does he have the message that you cannot use Java logo?
Yeah, let me do it here. Let me show you again. You can consume, we can consume it. Let's read it.
So you see the telling that you can use this logo and that this logo cannot be just changed.
So this logo is the first area, is the first part of the 4-section logo. And we can use 3 areas, Duke's Award, the year, but no longer we can use the Java and the cap. And once we click this, please check this box, we will acknowledge that the website Duke's logo will be adjusted. And we haven't done this because we haven't had the conversation. Vince said he has a trademark for the coffee cup that we can use, and it would be legally okay. So then we just need to pull in. Vince already said this. So then we just need to decide, do we check that out? Do we do this, or what do we do? Because we need to follow up on this.
Okay, and MicroProfile got Duke's Choice Award in 19th year, not 18th, because on this side it is 18th.
Yeah, it's the 18th. This is just an error.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it. So he's not talking about other stuff. It's only about Java and the cup.
Well, if they have such kind of rule, for sure we can tick it and use just this logger and maybe have some kind of custom, I don't know, title beneath, telling that this is like award of Duke's Choice Award 2018. Yeah, but from the other point, I don't really see the problem here, because you got this kind of image officially from organizers. And this is something that when you got it, you got official like agreement with them that you can use it. Because Gelastic also got this Duke's Choice Award, and we got like this agreement that we can use it. So I don't really see the problem here to keep using the same image even right now.
Yeah, but the thing is here, the Java in the cup. We have the cup here in the yellow and the little metal, and it seems that will stay because the new one only has this, the front. And then we leave everything out, 1, 2, 3, and then this needs to be removed. So we can
this image can be just cut a bit and like round it under the year, under the 2018.
Oh, yes. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear. Because of the 4 levels, the logo has 4 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4. The level 4 is no longer acceptable. Under new Oracle rules, rules.
Okay.
And we knew about this because Vince used to work for Oracle in the community side, and he knew of the changes coming. And now I think the changes are completed. So Vince said, if we still want to keep this here, we cannot use Java, but he has the cup. Clearly the cup is still here. And I can go either way. This can be removed.
I think that this can be just removed in order not to have any troubles and any questions. This can be removed. I think that Java community knows exactly who is Duke and from what kind of world the Duke is. And this Java cup is not going to help that much. So.
Yeah. So then, John, do you agree that we need to follow up and say, click yes, and then we add the link to say we will remove section 4 of the logo that says Java and the coffee cup? Or what is your take on this? I am neutral. I can just move forward and then at a later time, use whatever Vince has. And he has it, and it will take us a minute to update.
I'm not sure John is here right now because he wrote in the chat that he needs to step away for a bit.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the chat because I'm sharing, so I cannot see the chat. Okay, so you know what? I am going to click here, and I will say to add, let's see.
Yeah, just ask him to give a clean version, up-to-date version. Yeah, and then
Here he said, once we click the please check this box, he will attach the new version. We are ready to update. We're ready to update the logo. The logo will be updated. So, John, did you hear that? Or we will have to update the logo? What part of you missed?
Oh, I'll be honest, most of it here. I'm sorry, I had to step away. But,
it's fine. You know what? We just, we were talking about here, we were talking about this. The logo has 4 sections, and the 4th section needs to be removed. That is the coffee cup in Java under new Oracle rules. We can keep the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd layer, but we need to remove the 4th. That's
interesting, but that logo was valid as of when it was awarded.
Correct.
Okay,
the
that's
logo
interesting. Okay.
But you know, Vince, he used to work for Oracle and the community.
So did I.
Exactly. Well, and you know, things change. So then he kind of like, so then he created a ticket and helped us update. MicroProfile will not get sued, but the thing is that,
oh, we should do the right thing.
Correct. We should do the right thing. But let me go back to the minutes. There, here. Yeah, so we already sent a note. I said click yes, accept. Ed will add the file, move on. And one thing that I think you missed, John, is that Vince has a trademark with the coffee cup. The coffee cup has and the little medallion is there, and you can see it. But if we still want to have the coffee cup in the bottom, we can have it because Vince has it. It takes us a minute. So we can do that later. It's just that we need to close that ticket. It has been 2 months, September 1st.
Okay.
So it's just, we need to, you know, close it.
Yep.
Okay. And then there are tasks completed. About the budget, because we don't have to, we're already in an active group and we don't have the budget yet. I will show you something.
I started marking up those documents quite a bit. I don't know if you've seen
I
that.
know. I have seen it. I have seen it. And I like the use suggested mode. What I didn't want to do is go through them without the discussion like we do, we did charter. We will not do that, right? And we do need input from all the members, not only one, right? Like all the members.
Right.
So this, my recommendation is, hold on. Oh, for some reason my computer is frozen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, there. It was just uploading, like it's Google. So John, what I like is that you made it shorter. But you deleted a lot of the stuff that explains. What I don't like on the part of a few, I think what is confusing on some sections of your feedback is that you assume that anyone that reviews or reads the budget already knows what MicroProfile plans to do. When I wrote the draft, I did it in a manner that anyone coming to MicroProfile in having read not one thread, not one tweet, will understand with this document why his organization or her organization should be a part of this. This is like the onboarding into MicroProfile by payment, because MicroProfile can have any contributor. Time is most valuable, and we want those contributors. MicroProfile needs those contributors. But this is like a window into someone that will want to know how is the money of their organization being used. If we delete what you have deleted here, we will lose that power because you are not leaving anything to someone new. I am not interested as a contributor. I am not interested in keeping myself and those ones that are in the know comfortable. I'm interested into facilitating the knowledge for others. And this document is going to be like, it can be adjusted via PRs in the future because only the Excel sheet can be adjusted with the numbers. The plan is for this document to be a document that will be housed under the new repo we created last week, or that we created last week, with the MicroProfile working group repo, right? So do you see, this is a documentation. This is why I don't agree that we need to delete all the stuff.
I think that would be fine in a historical document, but the mission is kind of, well, I don't know if a budget, I'll be honest, I don't know if a budget needs a mission per se. It does need a
mission. Spending money is the most, aside from time, spending the money is so important, and how we sell it matters. It needs to have the corporate revenue. This will be only adjusted when the charter is adjusted. Hopefully we lower the fees in the future with more members like we have discussed. But I am saying this is a good documentation. I don't mind just having the Excel and moving forward because that is much better. But in the Git, this document will only be adjusted once we submit PRs after we are done with the discussion. And I'm really against making it super simple that we expect others to know. We need to remember how we felt if we didn't know anything. For this to work, because it's money, and usually, Tatiana, what is your take on this? Because I'm very protective of welcoming others a low bar. They don't have to do 1-2 weeks of homework to know who we are, in what the money, even 1,000 or 3,000 or 5,000 or 25,000 is spent.
Well, frankly speaking, I can say that I'm more on the side of John on this point, that because I like laconic stuff, as much laconic as possible. The less words, the better. So I'm not sure if we need like all details, and for all people, they need like details about the mission and some stuff like that as well. Maybe some general idea, like 1 sentence or 2, just like at the beginning, but later on, maybe focus only on the specifics around budget, but not on the description of why we are doing this. Because it seems to me that in the marketing plan, we are going to have this, like, we already have this mission and why we have this marketing in general, but in the marketing budget document, maybe this is not really already the place to extend it with the mission.
Yeah, so maybe we can find ourselves in the middle and create a document that is a wiki with more wording, and then be super simplified when we talk about the Excel sheet, because I would like just Excel sheets to move forward and be like adjusted every quarter, like, you know, as we do stuff to say, we didn't do X, this didn't work, let's adjust it. That is how I think we plan to move very fluidly with the budget. But I do agree that when I was writing this, it's just, I was thinking about the wiki and then move forward, leave that there, and then just have the link to the Excel. This should not be adjusted. Do you see what I mean? It's not a living document. The living, go ahead, John.
As I say, well, one of the things I read this and I read, you had the other document and they both have a mission, right? And it's like, well, I started bouncing around the idea. It's should both these things just be consolidated into one document?
One document. It should be into one document and move forward. One document and move forward, because MicroProfile reaches every single section. There is no marketing. It is like how we communicate. It should be reaching every section. So the 2 documents, the idea is they need to be compiled into one. My job was just to create the 2 documents so that we can together come and place it into one, move the wiki away, put it away, and it only will be updated with PRs. As newcomers come, they will clarify, just like we have the MicroProfile contributors blog. Every new member goes there and shoots PR to clarify that. And it's amazing, it's beautiful. And we did the same. We wrote that thing. And then when new contributors, we asked them, what didn't you understand? Submit the PRs. And then we move forward. This is the same. A new member will come and say, you know what? This one needs to be clarification. So can we agree this? Let's compile all into one and move forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seems like reasonable to compile.
And with the idea that it will be documentation living in the wiki, not in the pages under the new repo. And we don't expect to see it. It will be like a charter, but for budget. That's how I see it.
All right, well, let's see what it looks like, and we can have some more comments. But yeah, okay. I prefer one doc. Okay.
Yeah, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile the 2 documents and put in the header for us to know that is like for the repo. And then just, I think I can have it done because we need to plan on this and we don't have a deadline. We can complete it in the next 2 weeks so we can present it in the community call. We need to use them. I would like to use, we continue to use the marketing forum for this. And what I would like to do is include Summers and Vince and Kevin and Emily and everyone that is listed so that they can see that document and see its value. Because I had to convince you guys of why I wrote it so much so that we don't forget how it felt when we didn't know. And we need to think about those ones that will pay. I think be asking someone to pay $3,000, the fee for Eclipse, the now went to euros, 1,500, and the minimum fee of 1,500. I would want to know even 1,500, how is it? Is it t-shirts? Who will get them? Or things like that. It doesn't say it here, but at least it says that it will be transparent, and that is so important, right? And then we don't have
I like the transparent messaging. It just, you know, it's the one time, you know, short year that we have this year, I don't think really adds any historical context.
Yeah,
I think the people that are ready to join already know, and the people, you know, next year that might want to look will just see here's the current, you know, here's the budgeting, here's the transparency. I love the transparency aspect of it. Yeah. And so just to simplify it down, because I think to Tatiana's point, it's like the more you have to read, the more complex it seems.
Exactly. But you know, if it's a wiki, that is there for those that want to know. Not everyone, we cannot force it, but we want to have the information there for those ones that care to read. We can't, there are people that like to read to make a choice, and right? So then we will not be able to do this. I wrote a bunch of stuff, and we can write more stuff as we do items. This is not going to happen. I think any money left is going to be used for t-shirts. So because an open source organization or a nonprofit organization needs to consume its budget completely, needs to consume the budget the year of. So we have 3 months. Everyone that has accepted to become a member will pay in November. Then we will know by Eclipse how much money has been spent on the onboarding. And we're not even done. We need to write the trademarks, and we need to see if infra will change and all this stuff. But we need money for Zoom so that every specification can have their own calls. We need money for swag, like always nice to have it in a storage or whatever. So then what I calculate it based on the current, hold on. Here, where is marketing budget here? You see all these links are going to be simplified. This is like, we just need to know the Excel sheet, move forward. That's what I would like every year, 2021. Here. So look at this. This is what we have to work with for 2020. And it's not our job at the moment. I can't see the tab, it's still loading. That's sad.
Well, that's why you see me constantly killing my video because my CPU gets pegged.
Exactly. Like
turn off the video.
I will maybe do that. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a networking or a CPU problem.
So here I will update this. I didn't update it because where is it? We will write it, and we will write here the committers that are assigned by each member. We have only Jelastic and Atlanta that might assign one committer to the project, but that is membership. That is what we need. So this is a budget.
I don't know why you have a history there, because it's not relevant to the budget.
It's not relevant to the budget. This one needs to be moved to not the wiki, but needs to be traced in some place. And I just added it here because I had the document. But we
mean column D?
I'm
talking column D.
Column D, history.
No, D is in dog.
Yeah, I see it, history.
Okay.
Just because, and then in part E and F, it's going to be merged, and it's going to say assign committers. Tommy Tribe, IBM, and Red Hat will not have assigned committers, but Jelastic and Atlanta likely use the perk to assign one seat. And this needs to be added in another document, not as part of the budget. I was just like, oh, we need to do that. I can copy paste and put it in another place. So we trace it because, like I told Atlanta, Jag, and Jelastic via email, you guys need to decide and maybe bring it to tomorrow's conversation. If you want to make a use of the perk, that it means you can assign a ticket, a person of your organization to help with either business code, whatever you want. It's your code, and that person can be adjusted anytime you want. Ask for, you know, but this doesn't belong here. Just forget about it.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't belong. I just did it because it's important. Okay, so then we have exactly, the budget that we have is 15,000 for 2020. And if we don't get, we're going to get a few more members, hopefully based on Oracle's conversation, they are likely to join. If Oracle joins, Pajara will join, likely. And then we have the JAG, Garden JAG, they are going through legal to create their charter for a nonprofit. So they will join also. So hopefully they are done and they end the year as members. So if they join, when you join, doesn't matter if it's December, they will still have to pay the 3 months, the entire quarter. That's how prorating works. You support the entire ecosystem, not when you join, but Tatiana, this is an explanation for you. Yeah, they will pay now.
Is that true? I mean, that's, I don't know if that's true.
This is what we did when we joined an Eclipse. I'm not sure if things have changed. We can ask tomorrow to Paul and Sharon, but usually
I would leave it offline, to be honest.
Okay.
Only because, you know, it's financials and stuff with
it's
joining
more like
and
internal.
Yeah, when it comes to joining. But the 2021 budget you have there is based on the 5 current members? Okay.
Yeah, it's just 5. And it will be, you know, it's 5. And clearly I didn't even write the 5 because I think we're going to end the year with more. I'm just saying that as we started on October 1st, this is the budget we have at the moment.
Right, but I'm talking about the 2021 that you have there is based on the same 5.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I will write it because if you ask, that is like extra questions. And that's a good question.
There you go. Well, now that you have the 5 there, it's okay.
Yeah,
you don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, it's great. So this is what we have. And I don't think we need to do anything because we're still working with Eclipse for the onboarding. The first year takes a lot of cash. So let's see, but we have 3 minutes to go. Do I stop sharing? Tatiana, how do you feel about this, the level of transparency? I think,
Well, seems like okay. And I like the idea to have this kind of spreadsheet for more detailed and practical things covered.
Yes. And as you saw, I added things that do not belong there just because I was working on it, but they need to be moved in another page. And I have not done much of the work because I saw John John, your feedback is great, but we needed to discuss it and we need to discuss it in the practice thing. I don't think it's ready for tomorrow just because we need the new draft that compiles everything. So let's not, but definitely I will do that and then bring it once again for the next conversation in November. That would be my deadline, right? Like my takeaway. I will bring that. And then with the idea that we'll leave in the wiki and the new repo, we don't have to worry. We just need to be cautious that some individuals do like to know what's what without asking so many questions. So for those people, we have the wiki, which I love. You know, if it's a wiki, I forget about it, but I know it's there. If someone asks me, go there. I don't want to repeat myself. This is just for survival.
Well, we're at the top of the hour, just to let you know.
Let's go. I'm ready. Tatiana, anything?
No, thank you. Nothing. Everything is clear.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
All right. Yep. See everyone tomorrow. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Stopping the recording. Yep. Bye.